Audio.
Welcome. We're back for another good show. Seems like these Cowboys been shocked the world. They shocked the world tonight. But I want to take the time to welcome everybody to the show. I'm Easy Does It. I'm filling in for Jamel tonight. So just want to welcome everybody to the show. We're gonna get started and talk about these games tonight. I think we're gonna start off and talk a little bit about these Cowboys, and if we have the time, we'll roll over into the Chiefs and talk about what's going on with them, what happened. And we're gonna go from there. So we got Reggie with us. So how you doing tonight, man? Tell me what you're thinking.
Well, the Cowboys they look good. They look almost. There's no such thing as perfect, but they look good. They look good on a scale of 0 to 10 and 10 the highest. They look like a 9 tonight. They look like a 9.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You know what? I say the same thing. I say we can actually do it like we always do it. It's about that time. We'll start off with our good, that bad, and the ugly. Seems like with this one we got a whole lot of more good than bad, but we did have some ugly in there. So I'll start off. I'll give you what I see as some of the ugly that we that we had during this game. For me, one of the things that really stood out to me, I was gonna say, outside of the penalties, we started to run into that habit that we always do. Once we started getting a good lead, we started to play lax in that third quarter. That's what led to that fumble. Yeah, that's what led to the fumble. So those are the things that I've always had a problem with, as far as us, especially getting the lead, building momentum. I feel like we can't take our feet off the game. What would you say?
Yeah, I don't know if it was lack, but since you brought that up, that is one of the traits that the Cowboys do have. That lackadaisical after they get a certain point in the game or they leading at a certain stage, and it was true. You know what I'm saying? Because if you take away that fumble touchdown, they beating them 33, probably to 6 or 9, something like that. Mm-hmm. And that's very convincing. Beating the Philadelphia Eagles like that.
Yeah.
Well,
let me. So, how do you fix that? Is that a coaching problem? Is that a player problem? What do you think that comes from?
Well, it's not a coaching problem. It has to come from the players. The players mentally in it, mentally tough. That you gotta say, hey guys, on the sideline, if you play sports or you in it, you gotta say, hey, so everybody gotta say, hey, it's 0-0. We gotta keep that focus. We gotta stay locked in. You know what I'm saying? That comes from the players. Coaches over there telling them that, but it's got to come from within the players on that field.
Yeah. I agree. And I'll say one of the other things that I noticed that really stood out to me, I would say it would be, and I think they got a hold to it too, but Hurts, I kind of figured he was going to be running the ball. Right, and so a lot of conversions he was able to pick up because they started letting them run the ball, and then even this is something that I felt like that we feel for the okie doke early on as a part of falling back and becoming lackadaisical, and I would say that they should have never converted that fourth down. They should have never converted that pass. They should have never done it. But they allowed them to convert that pass, the fourth down with the pass. And that's just some of the things that I fear going into the playoffs. I mean, I would like to see us take an approach to we're more just driven to keep our foot on the gas, or to not let off the play the full time from start to finish.
Yeah, you're right. That fourth down conversion, I think that's what I'm saying. We got to be more locked in, more situation awareness, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that comes with, hey, you have to be knowing that situation in that moment. Hey, we're focused on that, and you got to be all areas.
Okay. So what are some of the highlights, as far as what you would pop out then? So let's talk about a little bit of the good then. So
the good,
yeah.
Gilmore played probably his best game I've seen him play.
Yeah, I agree.
As a Cowboy.
Yeah.
As a Dallas Cowboy.
I agree 100%.
He came to play tonight. Tonight, he said, hey, I'm going to do it. Brown, I know that's my job.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Gilmore showed up like that. Hey, all pro Gilmore.
Yeah. Tonight. What about Ferguson? Ferguson showed up pretty big too.
Yeah, Ferguson.
Yeah. But I think Gilmore, I agree with you. Gilmore showed up a lot more because on defense where we really needed, right? Because if they could have got a little bit of momentum, that could have changed the whole game. Yes,
Gilmore to me was the MVP of this whole game, because Philly strives off of their running game is good, but they strive off of Brown and Smith, the wide receivers. They get a momentum where they can do that running game.
Okay.
And Gilmore was with probably Brown probably 85% of the time. And hey, when he was with him, if he caught it, he tackled him right on the spot. If he didn't, he made good play. You know what I'm saying? So Gilmore, Gilmore showed up tonight.
Yeah, he should. So he should get the game ball, in your opinion. Yeah, he should get the game ball.
Yeah.
They'll probably give it to Dak. Because Dak still, he came out again confident. And that's what I like. When you come out confident, I feel a lot better about whoever we playing against. But I would agree, they probably would give it to to Gilmore. Yeah. I think Parsons was there tonight, but at the same time, they say he had a little bit of I guess he was down a little bit, so they had to put him.
Yeah, I seen him. He looked like he was under the weather a little bit.
Yeah.
They first showed him. He got like a sickness or some cold. Yeah, it's something. He wasn't. His face, what he was showing. He played hard. But he played through it. But he wasn't. He wasn't totally fully healthy tonight.
Okay. And I'll tell you this: that first half, that was some of the best football that they played. They scored on every drive. The 3 drives in a row, they scored on all 3 of them. That first half, that's one of the things that I wrote down. I think that was really good about how we started out. We got the ball, kept them to a field goal, then we came right back, scored, took it away from them, then scored again before halftime. So man, yeah, a lot of good, but one of the things that I would say that we would need to work on And Elijah, I don't know if he'll be able to get on tonight, but he mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. We throwing the Gallup. Gallup saved us one good time, but I was nervous on a couple of throws. You know, he act like he was forcing it to him, and you know, he wasn't catching. You know, and it was those same type of throws that turned into interceptions last year. So, you know, how do you feel about Gallup right now?
Well, I'm the main one that talked about it. Gallup has to be in the offense. I seen some of the throws that Dak threw tonight. And Gallup made some good catch. He made a couple good catches. He made stuff on him, but you have to have Gallup in there because I'm telling you like this: CeeDee Lamb is not going to be free like he's free during the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to happen. If a defense coordinator is going to do that, they're going to lose their job.
Okay.
So my thing is Gallup is a big play guy.
Okay.
We need them big plays down that field. But
tonight, what about Cook? What you think? I would say Cook over Gallup.
No, I would say Cook not down the field. Cook has got the age on him. I would say Cook more is the intermediate guy, but Gallup is that long ball guy. Cook, intermediate.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But Gallup, to me, that long distance guy, you want that big play. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So ultimately, what we had about 3 defensive takeaways. Today, then we had about 3 defensive takeaways. So, shoot, man, what kind of grade? What kind of grade would you get a defense for tonight?
The defense for tonight, I gotta get a defense. I have to give him an A.
You give him an A?
They didn't give up no touchdown. The touchdown came off the Dak Prescott fumble.
Yeah.
So I have to give that defense a grade A. The defense.
So you take that away, then the score is 6.
Right?
That's right. You take that away, the score is 6. Totally different game.
6.
Yeah.
So that's a beat down. That's beat down. And Philadelphia used to scoring. That's why I said the defense done their job tonight. They done.
Okay. So you know, I would agree on that. I'll say yeah. At first I was gonna say a B+, but you know, when you broke it down and you said we didn't give away touchdowns, I gotta agree with you on that. I give us an A on that. What is your offensive grade?
Offense, we got in that red zone. I think we should have scored more. I would get an offense a B+.
B+. Okay.
B+.
Okay.
B+.
So I agree with that. Let me ask you something though. So I think we won pretty convincingly tonight.
Right.
We saw Buffalo. We saw Buffalo today. We saw how they played, right? What are your thoughts about facing Buffalo next week?
Buffalo played a pretty good game. Buffalo's on a high right now.
Okay.
We're going to Buffalo. Buffalo beat Kansas City in Kansas City. So my thoughts right now is when we get the ball in Buffalo, we need to score some type of way. Field goal, touchdown. We can't get behind more than 10 points in Buffalo.
Okay.
We get behind that crowd, and then with the confidence they just had coming in this game, Kansas City just went Kansas City in Arrowhead Stadium.
Yeah.
It's gonna make it tough.
Yeah. I would agree to that. And they're playing with an air of confidence because they're trying to get to the playoff.
Right.
So that game was a must-win game. So pretty much every game from here on out for them is must-win. So they play with a little bit more of a chip on their shoulder, So and they're gonna play us hard anyway because it's the Cowboys, right?
Right.
So I'm still gonna call it a win, next week. And I'm gonna say we'll win. If I had to give it a score, I'll just say point wise. I say we'll win by a touchdown. I think it'll be a gritty game, but I think we'll win by a touchdown.
Ooh. Before I say it's a win, I will have to look at the weather conditions because that's going to play a factor in what's going on. Buffalo players are used to playing in snow, sleet, all that. The Cowboys, we playing at dawn. If it's a slippery slope game and it's wet, the edge goes to Buffalo.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see something. Let me see if I can find out what that weather will look like. I think that shows a little bit of the scores from. Let's see what 1 second. See if you see the Buffalo here where they played today. Okay.
Well, yeah, Buffalo, they played in Kansas City today.
That's New England. I was gonna see could I find that score. I can't find it yet. But yeah, that's a great point about that weather. But I'm gonna still hold to it. I'm gonna say I think we'll still win by 7. That's what I'm gonna call it. But let me ask you this too. What's going on with the Chiefs? What are your thoughts about that? That was a game that they would have normally won. We saw Mahomes at the end. He was real upset with the ref. Probably more upset than I ever seen him before. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, that's what happened when you used to winning and now you're losing because you said, well, we can overcome that. Right now, they don't have that offense that can overcome all the stuff they over the years they have been doing.
Okay.
They don't have. They're calling the same plays. They just had better players.
Yeah, I still say they missing Hill. I think they won a Super Bowl without him, but I mean they missing them right now. They need that because again, every team they're gonna try to take away the tight end, just like what you're saying. Just like what you were just saying about CD Lamb with the Cowboys. Crunch time, they know they're gonna try to take away your best weapon. And so they used to have who was it? They had a run game at one point, but the guy got into some trouble and they traded him out. Who was that? Kareem Hunt or something?
That was Hunt. Back in the days. Then so they had the guy from LSU. He's the backup now. But
yeah. So they don't have nothing but to throwing the ball. That's really all they got. They don't have it. If they can't throw the ball, they can't
running game, but they don't have a dominant running game like where it pounds you, it pounds the defense. That's the difference. So I mean the offense right now, they have Andy Reid and Mahomes. They're gonna try to figure it out, but it's just hard because that same offense been rolling for a while, but people figure it out now. If you don't have them weapons and you don't have the players, the athletic players, it shows.
I agree. Now this they should have won the game, but the penalty, the penalty cost them the game, especially toward the end where I don't know if you got a chance to check the play out, but it was Mahomes to Kelsey. Kelsey was actually only going to pick up maybe 10 yards or so, but what he did was he lateraled it back and threw it, and he threw it to, I can't think of who the player was, but he got a touchdown out of it. Well, we had one of the wide receivers that was had a neutral zone infraction, so it took it back. It took it away. They couldn't overcome that, and so that right there, I think that was really, I think that played a part in a lot of the frustration that we saw on the sideline with Mahomes, because that right there, that if it wasn't for the neutral zone infraction, that would have been one of the highlight plays that everybody talked about tomorrow, and it probably would have gone down as one of the, best plays in the history of the game as far as, in season to come back and win the game. I mean, it was clean, it was smooth, but because of that penalty, took it away and they couldn't overcome it.
Well, when they showed on TV, the wide receiver was in the, he was in the neutral zone. He was outside.
Yeah, he was completely outside. I mean, it was his fault.
So, I mean, bottom line, you're seeing Mahomes frustrated. We done see the bench frustrated. It now is coming out. When everything's going your way, I mean, that's just human nature. He's an athlete. He's a human man, human being. I mean, he's frustrated. They're not used to losing. When you're not used to losing, all that comes out.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Winning cures everything. And, they come back and win next week. It's all water under the bridge. So I definitely get that. I think, because it was like that the last couple of. It's been like that where they've had some rocky starts. Everybody counted the Chiefs out, only for them to start putting it together toward the end. So I think we'll see something else like that. I guess we have to see. But so next week, Cowboys will be gearing up, getting ready for these for the Chiefs. I'm sorry, for the Bills, and so with that, let me ask you something else. Since we're talking about other divisions, we got to play the 49ers. I know that's a subject that we probably don't want to broach too much, but they still look good. They still look good. What are your thoughts on that?
Right now, the 49ers are the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I feel right now, the Cowboys, after I seen them play Philadelphia, might have been in the dome. I feel the Cowboys are the second best. But I can't forget what the San Francisco 49ers did to the Cowboys. And how I seen how it looked. The physicality, the mental aspect, all the Cowboys mentally ready to face the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
That's not for me, you, the answer. That's for the Cowboys players.
They're physical all the way through the game. They want to come in, they want to punch you in the mouth, and they want to keep doing it if you left. But so I'm not really concerned. So, well, let me rephrase that. Who I'm concerned about, as far as the 49ers go, I'm not worried about Purdy. And believe it or not, I'm not even really worried about McCaffrey. Because if you think back to last year, the game that we lost, McCaffrey didn't even really, we held him down, right? We really only lost the game just because of some mistakes, that was on Dak Prescott and some play calls, but I'm more concerned about Debo. Debo is the heart. He's hard to tackle. Once he gets a run, it electrifies the whole team, right? So I feel like if we can contain him, I think that'll help us a lot, because you saw how they played when he was out. That he wouldn't. The team wasn't the same. He the heartbeat. McCaffrey, he'll get a couple of runs, here and there, but I think we can beat him. And my game plan will be to contain Debo on the offensive side.
So you saying you think the Cowboys right now can beat San Francisco? Hold on. And that Cowboys gonna have to go to San Francisco. You saying that right now?
I'm saying right now that the Cowboys will beat the 49ers at home.
In Dallas.
No. In at the 49ers. If, here we go, if we can contain Debo. If we can contain Debo. Brock Purdy, but I'm not really worried about him. I still really think I don't think he's as good as everybody, pointing him out to be. I really don't. I see he makes some plays, he makes some flashes, but I don't know if he's that guy. I don't know. I really don't. I think that he's benefiting kind of early on, how Dak benefited from Zeke, right? And then and so he has a lot of he has a lot of that at his disposal. But when that stuff got taken away and it got put more on Dak's shoulder, he had to mature. So he had a couple of years where, he had to really, say, hey, this is try to, what they say, put the team on your shoulder, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that when we take Debo out the game, that's the kind of pressure that we put on Purdy, right? We win the game that way. When I look back at last year, that's what I see. Purdy, he couldn't put it up like that. It just, we lost that game. I wouldn't even say they won it. We lost it.
I'm just saying, you saying Debo, but I'm more on, I think you have to, it's a little bit of Debo and McCaffrey to me, because if we let them get that running game, every team that beat us had the running game going.
Mm-hmm.
We let McCaffrey run, and you said Debo, we isolate him.
Mm-hmm.
We shut him down. I really think we lose the game.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. When they beat us last year, were they running the ball?
They didn't have to, because our secondary and linebackers, we were dysfunctional. They just had we were one step behind on everything.
Yeah. And so that's kind of the point that I'm making, right? I believe that we button up on that, right? I believe we button, because they not gonna really throw on us like that. I think they're probably gonna try Blaine. They're gonna do that. I think we lost that last game because I think we just wasn't ready. We wasn't ready. And it's just all that was. That's all that was. Just like when we lost against Arizona, we weren't ready. And they came out hitting, and they don't miss. They're gonna come out every time playing the same. They're a physical team all the way through. But I just believe that if we can come out like we did today and match the physicality, I believe we got a real chance of beating them. Now I can't give you a score on that one. I'll just say we'll beat them. It may be by a point, but I say we'll beat them.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
It come out with that physicality, because you got to come in the middle, come out against San Francisco, say we're gonna play physical. If you don't come out saying we're gonna get hit and we're gonna crash and we're gonna be physical, offensive, defensive, special team. If you're not coming saying you're gonna be physical that whole game, you're gonna lose.
Yeah. We had some ball hawks. We had some ball hawks tonight. We're gonna need them same ball hawks next time we see the 49ers. Because just like when they catch the ball and they grappling and they snatching the ball out every time, we need that same physicality, because that's what they're gonna do. I agree with you. Let me. So right now, I think it's quoted that the Cowboys have the toughest schedule for the rest of the season. Eagles actually have the easiest schedule. So, do you think it's possible? I forgot who had the next 49ers. I think they were estimated to have about a 30% chance to be first in the division. Eagles have a 70% chance, but it's probably changed now since they lost. But with that, what's the probability, right, that we come away with within these next few games, and we come away first in the division? So where I'm hearing now, that depends on San Francisco.
Well, the Cowboys got to win outright. Bottom line, win outright. They got the hardest schedule out of San Francisco, Philly, Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
They got, not the hard schedule. They got the teams that have the higher percentage win rate in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That's who we play. We play Buffalo, Miami, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But that Bills game next week, that has so much emphasis in that Miami game. Those next two games have how the Cowboys are going to be feeling physically and mentally. If they win those two games, I don't think the Cowboys have no problem.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I think if they come out 1-1, that's a win.
Okay.
But if they come out 1-1, I still think Philadelphia wins the division. But I think San Francisco is the number 1 seed.
Okay. So what I'm hearing, you concerned about you concerned about the Dolphins?
Oh yes, definitely. That's one of the best playing teams in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm more concerned. I would be more concerned about them because of Tariq. I mean, hey, and they putting up numbers too, as far as
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see. I'm excited about what we got coming forward. It looks like we're gonna have some good competition in the playoffs. I'll tell you that much. We got some competitors in here. So I'm looking forward to what we're gonna see. Looking forward to next week. We'll be back here again. You got any closing remarks as we get ready to close out the show? Any final thoughts?
All I gotta say is, hey, it was good. Cowboys look good tonight.
They look good. And we'll leave that out with we gave them an A+ on defense. And we gave them a B. Gave them B on that offense. So next week, hopefully we can follow up with the same.
Okay.
If nothing else, something else better. So we're gonna leave it at that. We thank everybody that took the time out to join us on the show. Again, it's me, Easy Does It. I'm here with Reggie, and we'll see you next week.